Hey friends! In today's video, I picked up this wooden puzzle from the dollar store for $3.50, and it comes with this border tray thing where you can put the pieces in. It's got a little poster that comes with it. It's cool on its own and all, but because it's wood, I want to try and paint my own puzzle. I think that would be really, really fun. Now, I'm not sure if I will use acrylics or paint pens, Posca paint pens. I'm not sure yet, but we'll start off with opening it and sanding it. So it looks like there are two different versions of this puzzle you can get, and we got this one. I'm going to keep this for some paper crafts. And then I also noticed that, you know what? This could become a two-sided puzzle, which would be an added element of coolness, I feel like. So yeah, we're gonna paint both sides. But yeah, let's get sanding. We've got our puzzle now all sanded, and I've wiped most of the residue away. And now what we need to do is, and I think I'm going to do this separately, we are going to need to paint, but we are going to do a bit of gesso on it first. And I'm still unsure if I want to paint this. I might want to just leave this bit. So for now, I'm just going to leave the frame, or the tray, I guess. And yeah, let's just paint this guy. First up, I want to gesso it. So that's why I've got my palette here. I don't want to directly pour, while you could do that, just because I don't want them to be 100% stuck together, you know, because it will be already a little bit tricky to pop them apart. And now that I'm playing with it here, I'm wondering if I should just take it all apart once, just to make sure the pieces are fully separated. Yeah, like that wasn't separated. Okay, so I guess that's gonna have to be what I do before I paint, or before I gesso. So obviously what they've done is they've just put the image on this piece of wood, and then they put it through a machine to cut all of the pieces, but they didn't like take it apart. And that's probably what most puzzle companies do, but with a wood one, I feel like they may not have gotten the cut all the way through. So yeah, we are just going to make sure all the pieces come apart nicely so that we have less issues going forward after we gesso it. This is supposed to be for kids, but it sure takes, I feel like it would take a lot of prep work before you want to give it to your kids, because there are so many little wood shavings that came off as I pulled them apart. And I even got a sliver. So yeah, I'm not really sure that this is 100% appropriate for kids just right out of the gate. You're gonna maybe want to sand each piece a little bit or something. Yeah, and I do want to make it double-sided, so I will want to gesso both sides. However, I obviously can't gesso both sides at the same time. I'm gonna have to let one side dry and then gesso the other side. Both sides are gonna have a similar design aesthetic, but they are going to be different. This one, I want to just load it up with junk food. So it looks like I'm gonna have all these little gaps of like blank space. So I'm going to need to figure out a background color that will go but not distract. And it might just be white, but we'll see. Maybe if you guys want me to chat more, let me know in the comments below, like topics I can chat about. Okay, so I finally got the whole puzzle apart, and I'm guessing it's because acrylic paint has that kind of like plasticky texture to it when it dries. A lot of it has come up and like stretched because the pieces were kind of painted together, which I did assume, but I didn't take into account the plasticky, stretchy nature of acrylic paint. So I have painstakingly gone through each piece, cleaned it up, but now there are numerous pieces that need to be touched up in order for the whole piece to come together. So yeah, I guess I'll be doing the touch-up phase now. Now we are at the stage where I only need to fill the background, and I'm going to do that first layer with Sharpie because I'm going to make the background black. And then I'm going to do some touch-ups here and there with Posca pens. Now we're ready to pull out all of the Posca pens here and add the details and outlines that I wanted to do for this. So yeah, I guess we'll do that. I have gone back and forth about what I want to do on the next side, but I think I have landed on something I think will be fun to draw. And I also want to go ahead and try going in without sketching. I hope that's not going to be a bad idea, but we're going to give it a try. So I'm going to be using all of my Posca pens again, just because using acrylic on the other side, I felt like it didn't work that well. So this time I'm going to try just Posca pens. So just gotta figure out the colors that I want. I'm gonna make this like a collage of cats, and they're all gonna be different, and I guess you'll find out as you watch the video. Okay, side note, alcohol markers might actually be a fun supply to work with on wood. I may want to try something like this again in the future, where I just use the alcohol markers. But I do want to use Posca pens today, so if there is a color that I absolutely need that I don't have in a Posca pen, I will resort to my alcohol markers, but I do want to stick to them as much as possible. So we'll just time-lapse the painting process.